heart of Christmas this morning. So kids, when you think of Christmas, what do you think of? When you think about Australia, our country, I think in light of what's going on in our world, I really feel like, especially in what's going on in our country, this is a word that God has for us. But I think Australians have something about Christmas that I believe points to the heart of Jesus. And I'm so proud of the kids who are here supporting me at the front. We have some children who I need to unwrap some presents for us to go a little bit deeper in understanding what is at the heart of Christmas. So as Australians, what do we hold dear at the heart of Christmas? And what I believe as Australians, there's something in our culture that I believe we've got right that points to a greater reality. So kids, who wants to join me? I've got 4 presents and I need 4 helpers. 1, 2, come up. 3. We need one more, and 4. All right. You're all going to hold your gifts spread on out. All righty. So we've got 1. Don't open it. 2, 3, 4. All right. Spread yourselves out. I would love to hear firstly, before we unwrap these presents, can you invite us into what Christmas is like in your family? Is that okay? Meg, could we start with you? Tell me, what is it like to be a Dover at Christmas? We'll get back to her. What is your name?
Ollie.
Ollie, what is it like to be a Breen at Christmas?
Well, we do something different. We usually my mum's side of the family comes over to our house, but this Christmas, since my other grandparents have just moved from New South Wales, we're going to spend a couple of days at their house.
Epic. Awesome. Time spent with family. What is your name?
Noah.
And Noah, invite us into the Bailey household. What's happening Christmas Day for you guys?
We're going to our grandparents' house.
Epic. Now, what is your name?
Ayla.
And Ayla, tell me, in the Mills household, what happens?
Every Christmas we go to our grandparents' house on Christmas morning.
Oh, how special. All right, we're going to start with Meg. Meg's going to open up her gift. Let's just think, does this speak to the heart of Christmas? Because I'm not sure about you. Open it up, Meg. Because I know in my family, when I go to Christmas Day, there is so much good things to consume, so much food. Don't worry about breakfast because presents are opened. And often in some of my presents, there are some nice things to consume for breakfast. Kids, do we think that yummy food speaks to the heart of Christmas? No. But I enjoy eating this sort of food. Meg's going to share them with Joel and Zach because it's not good to consume too much of these things. But unfortunately, on Christmas Day, I often eat a lot and then I don't feel so good. It's not good for my body. It's not good for my mind. And it leaves me worse off. And I don't think this speaks to the heart of Christmas. Ayla, can you open up your present? Because unfortunately, Meg's present isn't going to last very long. And if we're having something that's speaking to the heart of Christmas, it needs to last a lot longer. In my family, we have a Kris Kringle. And sometimes we do Secret Santa, other times we do the one where you steal presents. And there's something that always comes up that everybody seems to love come Christmas time. I'm not sure about you, but in my family, in my friends group, it keeps coming up, this sort of gift. Noah, you might have to just help her a little bit. I'm not great at wrapping gifts. Sometimes if you're not good, you've got to use a lot of sticky tape. All right. Ayla, hold it up. What is it It is a candle. Who loves a candle as a gift? So a candle is going to last longer than this sugary food. But unfortunately, Ayla, eventually this candle will shrink, will run out, will no longer produce the beautiful fragrance of Island Escape, mango and kiwi. Unfortunately, it won't be an Island Escape forever. All right. Ollie, Noah, who wants to go next? All right, Ollie. You're going to unwrap this. And Ollie Breen, when you unwrap this, there's actually going to be a photo on the screen that is linked in with your present. And Noah, there's going to be a photo linked in with yours as well. You can both open them together. See who can win the race of opening it because there's lots of sticky tape. All right, both hold them up. Whoa. Hold them up. Whoa, look at the screen. Whoa. There's a photo of you. And there's a photo of you. This is a gift that's going to last longer than a candle, last longer than chocolate. This gift is a picture of the Bailey household. And move it to the next slide. The other one is a picture of the Breen household. Give a round of applause for our kids. You guys can grab a seat. Why are there photos of their families up on the screen? Kids, stay with me. Because at the heart of Christmas, I think us as Australians do something that's quite powerful and quite prophetic. That we gather, as these children just told us, we gather with our family. And I know some of you in our church family, which is even more powerful, invite others in who aren't your biological family. Or for some of you, you're invited into somebody else's family and you're treated as though you are family. What speaks to the heart of Christmas is not a candle, is not sugar, is not food, but the heart of Christmas is family. And something more than just biological family, it is what we read in the book of Matthew, chapter 1, Emmanuel, God with us. And what do I mean by that? You see, Jesus came as a baby over 2,000 years ago. God came to earth to be with us. Physically, God was present as a baby on this earth. And then he died and rose again. And then he left his spirit with us. And we've been going through the book of Matthew through our Come and See Christmas series. And in Matthew chapter 1, we see the genealogy of Jesus. We see his family line. And what's so powerful about that is we see Rahab, we see Tamar, we see Ruth, we see Bathsheba. These are Gentile women who Jesus is saying, you're a part of my family. God is saying that the outcast, the one who's stuffed up, the one who's fallen short, the one who's done some horrible things, or the one who's had horrible things done to them, the sinner, the outcast, the foreigner, the refugee, the one that society shuns, from the famous to the faithless, Jesus invites into his family line. So what speaks to the heart of Christmas? It's really interesting that Noah and Ollie are actually more excited about their gift than Ayla is about her gift and Meg is about her gift. Because I think there's something deeper, that God's heart isn't just about our biological family, but God's heart is that we would be the family of God, that we would know our family line in Christ. That when we read Matthew chapter 1, we realize that that's our family line, that we've been grafted in, we've been brought into the family of God. And I don't know about you, but I can't help but be full of joy. I can't help but have reason to celebrate and to be full of joy, knowing that I've been invited into the family of God. And for those that Christmas is a really hard time, that Christmas brings up a whole bunch of feelings of hurt, of brokenness, of loneliness, my prayer is that you would know Emmanuel, that you would know a God who is with you, a God who sees you, a God who promises to never leave or forsake you. I remember this message hitting hard for me as a teenager. When I was young, when I was 6 years old, my dad forgot who I was. He got dementia. And the biggest thing God's ever done in my life, and I think it will be the biggest thing that he ever does, is when I was a teenager, Dad passed away, and I remember the biggest conviction hit my life, where I remember feeling a real sense that, God, you're with me. That, God, I'm in your family. That actually everything else in this world can be taken away from me. Every one of these gifts, even our biological family, we don't know how long they will last. We don't know our days on this earth. But I remember as a teenager realizing that I'm a part of God's family, and that's enough. As a teenager, I remember having this wild thought that I said, God, I will follow you whatever would happen in my life. And I remember this really strong sense of, if my whole family was to die in a car crash, God, I'm still following you because you are with me and you invite me into your family. And I truly believe this Christmas, the heart of Christmas is the family of God. To invite others in, and we can only do that if we know that we've been invited in. What we're about to do is simply to go up and eat burgers, to play Ultimate Frisbee, to do Just Dance, a whole bunch of craft activities, gaga ball and basketball. My prayer is the kids have a ball, they have a lot of fun. And my prayer is that we also, as adults, have a lot of fun, connect, and be the family of God. We want to be a church family who is a family on mission. That too often church is about a service, but church is about the people of God. Too often our worship is us singing, but sometimes our worship just needs to be us connecting, us going deeper, us celebrating and rejoicing that we've been invited into the family of God. And because of that, our hearts and our hands are open to invite others into what it means to be in the family of God. Let me finish with Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 to 7. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given. Can everybody say us? Jesus was born for you and I. Jesus was born so you and I could be brought into the family of God. So you and I, who are the sinner, the brokenhearted, the foreigner, so we could be reconciled into relationship with God. It goes on. And the government will be on his shoulders. I'm not sure about you, but in this political time, in our global news and what's going on, I'm glad the government's on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Who appreciates that the Spirit of God is our counselor. The Spirit of God is the one who brings us peace. God is our Heavenly Father. He is our mighty God. Verse 7, of the greatness of his government and peace, there will be no end, and he will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from that time on and forever. The zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this. So kids, what is at the heart of Christmas?
Family.
Oh, Isla Bailey, you nailed it. Now the rest of you, this Christmas, what is at the heart of it?
Family.
Family. And more than just that, God's heart is that our biological family would point us to the family of God, which is never ending, which is eternal. And what a beautiful thing that we get to hold on to that. We're going to finish with one final song. And then our worship is going to be as a church family, all heading up those stairs. And for you, you might be excited to play Ultimate Frisbee with me. You might be praying like me because you're a bit injury prone. Or maybe you just want to sit down and have a burger and chat. Whatever suits you, we want to facilitate that space. Why don't you stand and we're going to respond in worship. Kids, you guys can head back to your families.